Yeah. Yeah, we're live. For girl just showed up. What's up? Cheers, everyone. Welcome to the Late Sesh.
Cheers,
Welcome to
everybody.
the Late Sesh.
Yep.
Cheers.
We were just talking about. Oh, I
Fish
got a fish tank. Oh, there's something else I wanted to say. I don't know. It'll come to me.
about your fish tank or something else?
I think it was. I don't know.
Stoner.
Yeah, I've been dabbing for the last. Like, I finally got a minute to sit down. I got another random care package, Russ, from the dad. So I
Oh
can show
shit!
you guys some stuff. It's kind of cool.
It's a menagerie of
Some of
coolness.
it would dox me. I got those dog tags from the
So,
guy I'm named after, but they also just brought his body back after 80 years.
Whoa.
He's a veteran. But yeah, so that I didn't know we had the dog tags in the family.
that was
That
a
was
cool
cool.
story. They tracked down an unknown soldier, like that. They was just buried as unknown soldier, but they tracked down with DNA
Yeah.
That's awesome.
his the guy he's named after. That's so
Wow.
awesome. And now he's got the dog tag.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he went down in France or something as a gunner in a plane, and he was like 21, 22, something like that.
I mean,
But
your name, I won't say it, but your name definitely hails from that era, you know?
yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, so they actually made a big deal down in Florida because they just got his body back, and like, so my uncle went to pick up the body. Like, there was a ceremony at the plane,
Oh.
and then there's gonna be a bigger ceremony when they bury him at some veteran
That's
What do
cool
I
cemetery.
that you
go
were able
sleep,
to bring
probably?
him back.
Yeah, but it's crazy. Yeah, it's like after 80 years, just because like my dad and his brother decided to just give their DNA, not to like ancestry.com or whatever, but it's like to a veteran. It's like a program specifically for this. And then like a couple of years later, they got an email, and it was like, yeah, so I guess they're just testing bodies over there in Europe and stuff, and that's kind of
That's
cool.
wild.
Yeah. But yeah,
That was
so I got a
crazy.
care package. But yeah, we were talking about work. Fuck, I had something I was gonna tell you. Oh, I'll have to tell you later. I'll tell you later.
You
That's
better
why.
make a note. You're not going to remember.
Yeah. Well, it's just the new guy we might have that Spartan knows. But yeah, so I took down a plant today. We were talking about. We got 5 left Spartan pukes to take down. There's so much. Some of these fucking bags for Rolly are probably like the one I just did is
3-footers.
probably like 3 foot
Nice.
tubes, 11-inch bags
Nice.
width, and oh, and the vacuum sealer
Yeah.
broke midway.
Whoa, no. What?
So it only seals. So
That sucks.
but I mean,
yeah, it's not the
you're not
worst,
gonna get
but
bricked up shit.
yeah,
I'll tell you
yeah.
that. I'll tell you that.
Exactly. It solves that
But we
problem.
were really careful when it
So-
was working, not to even really. We'd suck it out for a second, and that was it, and then. But I'm gonna get a better one. That's just an Amazon one, literally their brand.
yeah.
So I'm gonna get something that maybe has a better warranty or lasts longer.
I almost posted on Instagram, but it was I get the Costco like monthly deal coupon books or whatever in my mail, and I think must have been for Black Friday or something. There was of course a like $160 vac seal. I didn't know like even got that expensive for just like a residential one, but it was on sale for like 100 or $110 or something like that.
Was it super
Still pretty
wide?
I mean,
Some
it's
of it,
probably
once you get
doing.
a certain width, they start getting into industrial zone and more
Yeah,
expensive.
no, it wasn't a commercial one. I have
Okay.
looked at those. Those 4 or
Well, yeah,
500
but it
bucks,
might be
I
like
think.
Sam's version of that for residential. Now it's like 24 inches. Could you
Oh
imagine?
no, it wasn't that big, but yeah. Get bags the width of your freezer. Just start. I would suggest though. I know you like Sam's Club, but Costco, Sam's Club, something like that. Looking for the vac seal bags there, because they are significantly cheaper. At least the Costco or the Kirkland brand. The thing is with that one though, it's a box and you get like 3 of the 11-inch rolls, 3 of the 6 or 8-inch rolls
Yeah.
or whatever.
So Spartan had an old box of that, and the small food food saver from Sam's,
Mhm.
and it was that box where it was like 4 big rolls and 2 little ones that are pretty much useless for us. But
Yeah.
you can always we just use my Amazon rolls. So I order rolls off
Okay.
Amazon. You just order 11-inch vac seal rolls,
Yep.
and they come in like 2
I wonder
packs.
how much you're paying.
I mean, it's Amazon, so. But yeah, I can look to see what the ones I bought were, and they've worked so far. But yeah, that was our little harvest
We still got
event.
we still got to finish that up. And then
Yep.
I want to shout out Becca and Red. She said in the chat that they're not going to make it tonight. They got some work to do at the farm. Shout them out. And Chuck, we saw him at the craft affair. Chuck's eating nugs in chat. In fact, I still got that box sitting right here. I want to shout him out for all these genetics. He's like, here, I put a couple packs in there. A couple packs, bro. There's more than a couple packs in here.
Oh my gosh, there's
Nice.
so many in there.
So yeah, shout out Chuck. I love his name. All right, so here we go. Here's the packs. And these things he's packed them full. I don't know. There's easily 20 in there.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Please.
So this is Breath of Michigan S1. So an S1 Breath of Michigan.
Cool.
And then I got Petoskey Stones, which is Platinum Pebbles, which I believe is ABC Co.
ABC Co, I think.
Yeah.
To Breath of Michigan. And Rainbow Monk, also ABC Co. Breath of Michigan. Mango Sticky. I'm not familiar with Mango Sticky.
Oh, no.
To Breath of Michigan. And the last one is there's 2 more. Cold Cream, which is Vice Cream by Breath of Michigan. And Sin Again, Sin Soda, which is probably Sin City Seeds by Breath of Michigan.
Nice.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Nice gift.
So tell me about this harvest. I want to know a little bit more about it.
What do you want to
You
know
got
about
you
it?
got 5 plants left. You said.
Yeah, 5 out of 18.
How many? If you can give me like a guesstimate on an average or median of how many grams of fresh frozen you're getting per plant or per light or both?
per plant?
We didn't weigh in.
I haven't weighed anything yet, but I would say
Of course. You know how much harder it is to write it on a frozen bag with a permanent marker than it is a dry vac seal bag.
Why you gotta write on it?
I just write it on a piece of
Because
paper.
when it goes to the processor, the processor needs to know what the hell he's doing.
Yeah, and I hand you a piece of paper that says number 1 equals this. Number 2.
he's doing
I
like
always
the
I try to do
hole
both.
punches. All right, the one with 3 hole punches is
No, I take it. Have you ever seen notebook paper?
No, actually, I've not.
I'll show you. I got some always. This is graph paper. I like this stuff too, but it'll work too.
You know, if it's
So
not
what I do
college
is I
ruled,
rip
like
one of I rip one of these out, and I have
See,
feed
I've
those,
already,
and they're
I've
all
already got my
numbered.
bags ready.
See, there
I
you go.
number them.
Mine are ready.
That's yeah, okay. Yeah,
And,
that's a
and I've even
Ziploc
got
bag.
my notebook. So
It's
I
got a writable area.
Well, I mean,
I
it's
do
a
this
it's a
Why
and
does
I
it matter?
plastic
Why does it
bag.
matter? You take a bag, doesn't matter what the fucking weight is. You shove it in a fucking column until it's done, and you squeeze your fucking solvent through. It doesn't matter what the fucking
Squeeze
weight.
it like a
I
lime
want to know the
right
weight
on top.
though.
The weight's
Me, I
a
wanna know the
lot
weight.
more than the last bags that I gave you. Like
It's
like
different.
double
It's
or
what's going
triple.
on.
Here's an exact number for you.
I'll have weights next week because I'm gonna at some point this week.
Jake, you've been
get out
hanging
there
around
and weigh 'em.
Spartan too much, I think.
What do you mean? I don't have the weights. I was gonna wait till they're frozen. That's why I always do it, or did it last time.
I've got
But-
a plant and a half for it still to come down, and then I'm completely done with our harvest.
So you're weighing them as you bag them.
Yep, I weigh every
before.
bag.
I see. what you mean.
I try to put about 300 grams per bag. That way, that
Oh,
workable
shit.
number.
That's reasonable.
I don't know how.
Yeah,
Dan
we've
broke
got,
it up
like-
in there, so.
We probably got like 2,000 to 3,000 per bag.
Well, I'm doing smaller batches than you guys, obviously, too.
I'm just saying to figure out these are huge.
These are
I
pillows. These are
understand
bigger
that.
than pillows.
And I understand you're probably trying to maximize the space.
Yeah.
What I would say is try to keep to you're not going to like this, but either 800 or 1600 grams per bag. Because here's the thing, the law, and this is Russ. You could just mute this whole thing because you're gonna want to hear.
I already muted a while ago when you started saying, "Oh, I'm picky."
Well,
Okay,
exactly for
other
those
people, that's
for those
fine.
of you out there that like to be picky, depending on the temperature of the room you're working in, once that bag comes out of the freezer and you cut the seal, so to speak, and start working it into your column, it's not going into a pre-chilled column, because what that would do if you had a column with empty space in the middle, no material in it, and dry ice in the sleeve, it would just start condensating really quickly. And so while it sounds like a good idea to pre-chill a column, it's actually not, unless it's pre-chilled to the temperature your room's in. You know what I mean? So maybe like if you're working in like a chilled hash room, yeah, work out I guess a little bit better. But either you need to pack the column and throw it in the freezer, or you need to pack the column and immediately put the dry ice in and around it. If you're working with frozen material, you do not want that stuff to thaw. And so if I'm working with maybe one bag that fills the entire column, that's just longer that it's going to be out, so to speak, than working with maybe two bags that I can kind of work a little bit quicker with. They're just easier to handle. I know I'm being picky, but if it came down to it, I would want them lightly
It's not
vac
that
sealed at
you're
about
being
800
picky.
grams.
It's that there's none of y'all have ever put this info out there for growers. So it's not
Well,
like, you know what I mean? Like
this is
I'm learning
particular
this
for
every
my
time we
process.
come to you and say something. There's
100%.
no list for me to go check, otherwise I would. So that's all.
For
That's
sure.
why
And
it's
I've
frustrating.
thought
But
about
so like now, next harvest we can do that, but not this one. Yeah, maybe the remaining plants, but
and
too late for that.
well, and this is the thing. That's my preference. Someone else that's running
Yeah,
a 5 pound
well
column,
that's true too. Yeah.
800 grams in a bag is for someone that's running a 5 pound, 10 pound column or something like that. They're just gonna be pissed
Oh
off that they got to
yeah,
open so many bags.
Yeah.
we're not dealing with commercial people for growing.
I forget how big we have a 2 pound, either a 4 and a 6 pound column. I think an 8 pound column with the one that's sitting in there.
It's a lot
We can't
of options.
can't run it till we figure out intake and outtake. So like a sparkless exhaust, all that.
Yeah.
But
Oh, you know where you can get a really cheap, easy sparkless exhaust system?
Amazon.
Outside.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. It just got shit ton of like chemistry, stainless steel looking shit in my driveway.
I mean, you don't have to set it up like you're doing an experiment in driveway. You could just get one of those like cheap 10 by 10 tents or something like that, and like
Honestly though, if my garage were cleared out, like after the project is done, you could just
Open
do
the
the
garage
garage
door.
side and open the garage. Yeah.
Mhm.
And it'd be
Let's
you better
go.
bring your jacket, but
Well,
yeah.
it's okay.
Yep.
I mean, that's how I started open blasting. I mean, you just had,
Yeah,
it had
the
to be
blast
outside,
tubes.
It had to be
Yeah,
outside. It was
yeah.
just
I
a pain in
wanted
the
to do
butt.
that so bad, I just never had the money to get it all going. But I was
I
gonna
mean,
do
it's
it
like a
properly
$35
outside and
tube,
everything.
and
Yeah,
it's literally a $35 tube, a couple coffee filters, a couple rubber bands, and a couple
shit
cans
ton
of
of weed.
butane. Well, I mean, depending on the size of your tube.
Yeah.
Get you some honey oil.
A good old Tane soup.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of fun words for it.
Oh, I got
Actually,
this
what?
stopwatch. Still works.
Oh, that's it. Are you gonna get a chain for it?
No, so the
you sure that's
time is
just-
way off. It's already been an hour and like
Oh, it's not a
20
stopwatch.
minutes.
It's not a stopwatch. That's a
No,
pocket watch.
it's a
Clock,
pocket
yeah.
watch. I mean,
Pocket
but
watch.
Yeah.
look at the second. The second's working perfectly. It's that little circle.
I see it.
Oh, okay, nice.
And it's a crank, so you like crank it and it starts.
Yeah.
What the?
I was like,
Is
what
there like
the
any
fuck?
markings on there, like a brand? or
I've got
something?
like
Yeah,
I've got-
it's a Ingram Autocrat, so it's an old pocket watch. I couldn't
got-
find the year. I couldn't find. It just said mid 20th century.
I've got 2 or 3 of those.
Yeah, he gave me this other one. Oh no, he gave me this broken fucking compass. It's a compass, but it's broken. So
Yeah.
So every way is north.
well, it just doesn't move. Period.
It
Oh,
looks
Well,
like
yeah.
it's moving a little bit.
Well, maybe if I hold it. Oh, I guess if I hold, it's a
Hold it up.
vertical compass, maybe. How's that work then? I need it to be horizontal. I think it's just old. You can tell there's rust in there. But I got
I'm glad
this
you saved
jigsaw
that for you.
puzzle. I'll see if Spartan can do this one.
Oh, that
those
looks
are
cool.
fun.
Oh, that's
Those
cool.
remind me of my childhood.
Yeah, some handmade crap. My dad, he's
Crap.
got this. Yeah, he's got this game. He put it in a plastic bag, and it's just shards of plastic from 1962
What the
with
fuck?
with a little like puzzle. It's puzzle pieces.
Magic.
And he
something
said when
purple.
he was a kid, you like have to make the T or make the square
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had
using
those
these
too, bro.
like.
I had all those types of things. Yep.
But
They
yeah,
had
What
but
colors.
these are like 1962 ones. It's like okay. And then let's see. Oh, I got a case. You know, case knives.
What did he think you were gonna do with
I got
that?
another case knife.
Well, that's
do you
cool.
mean?
That plastic shit.
He's getting rid of all this shit. He's trying to clear shit out. So he's just like, I'm
So
gonna
what are
send
you
you
gonna do
stuff.
with it?
Hoard
Okay,
it.
well,
He's gonna
I
sit
like
there
the
and play
knife,
it
but
by
I mean
himself.
the plastic.
You want to
God,
see this
throw it away.
knife? So my dad worked for Albertsons, a grocery chain for a while, a long time, and
Pin.
it's a Swiss
Nice.
Army
Oh,
knife.
it's a,
Hold on, come on.
put your hand
That's
against
the
it.
Albertsons logo, isn't that?
No, it's Del Monte.
Oh, the
Oh,
Monte.
the brand.
Oh, the fruit thing.
Yeah, so like I remember in the '90s, like there's so much like gift giving and stuff, and the industries would be like, oh yeah, Del Monte gave you a box seat to some game or something, and then he'd get all this like random fucking branded shit. But let's see what else. This random hand drill. Anybody got a hand drill? Nope, didn't think so. Oh, old school super glue. Oh fuck.
Oh, it's gonna be.
See
It
how
works.
good it is?
No, it's the screw on, but like, so it's like little super glues you get, and then
Yeah.
there's a needle at the top, and I sniffed it. I'm like, that's gotta be glue. It's gotta be like glue or something. I don't think there's anything in it. Maybe there is.
I
Nope.
sniffed
You
it.
boys are always
There goes his
smelling
keyboard.
shit.
But that thing was neat to see. Like, oh, that's how you buy glue back then.
What's the
Oh.
hand drill? I want to see that again. Have you tried that?
So the hand drill, it's like on its own axis,
Oh, I see. Okay.
and then
Looks
it's
like
also
something my
got
grandma-
a tightening thing.
Oh,
So
yeah,
you
I
spin
see
this
now.
to
Okay.
tighten the
They
bit,
could put a bit in there, yeah.
and then you would just I don't know, maybe use your palm. I don't know. What else did I get? Oh, I got like these dollars or something.
Dollars.
Silver dollars or something. They're like 1976.
Oh,
Oh, that's cool looking.
shiny.
Yeah, there's a bunch of like coins in here. Oh, a griddle meter.
What
This
is
is
a
kind of
griddle meter?
interesting. And so it's like 1960s. You would put this on your griddle, and when it reaches one of those temps, I guess you would know. But it's just little fucking sensors, just heat.
Hey, Baked, I found
Wes-
myself a hand drill for you.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, I got a nicer one than that for my Warhammer.
Yeah, this is just like a little kid's toolbox, but it's got a hand drill in it.
Let's see, what is
Hammer.
this? Oh, this is the one I'm not too fond of, but it's neat. It's 1985 inaugural silver coin for Ronald Reagan.
Well, Ronald, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, if it's made out of silver. I don't care whose picture's on it.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
the what the eBay prices on that guy? What
Yeah.
year is it? 1984.
Well, it's got a certificate here. Hang on.
Somebody would be in love with that, I'm sure.
1985, January 7th. That would be, yeah.
You're at the beginning of the year.
That's as it was inauguration coin.
inauguration date. Yeah.
And then this one's kind of neat.
Yeah, $23. Looks like $29.
It's got a certificate. It's a 1999 quarter-pound eagle.
Okay.
It's a giant
Dang!
silver
Look at
coin.
that thing.
Fuck.
Woo!
And it's got this cool eagle on the back.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Platinum
It's
layered
Fucking
silver.
Huge.
You could
Yeah.
knock someone out with that.
It says important notice: don't open this. Like, don't open the coin case. Oh, this is neat. This is a Daniel Boone commemorative coin and pocket knife set from God knows how long. It's got, dude. This
That's awesome.
look at this paper. Like, you can just tell it's old as shit.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you want your warranty? You just send the bottom of this in, you know.
Full 2-year warranty.
2 years. Wow.
2 years, baby. You know.
Ooh, that's
It's a
green
$250
craftsmanship.
silver coin, by the way.
A 2-year warranty.
Oh yeah.
Green craftsmanship.
And then let's see what else. Oh, 2 rattles. I guess somebody killed some rattles, and they
Oh,
rattlesnakes, and they took the rattlers.
Yeah, that's another item that could have been just fine in the garbage. What the fuck?
Yeah, I actually touched one because it came out like that was open,
Oh.
and it's still soft after this many years. That's like 60 years old. Why would it be soft? I almost vomited.
What kind
try
of jar
bite?
you got there? Maybe I should start doing concentrates on those jars. Jeez.
I guess it's just a piece of shit plastic one, but some
Is that
little
wood?
thing. Yeah, some weird thing. Some of these are just keepsakes from like my grandpa or something did it. What else? Oh, a box of just trinkets. Just trinkets. There's like giraffes, but then
What
there's
the
like
fuck?
oh shit.
I would
That
start
broke.
sending some of that shit back. I'd be like, no, don't give me any of this shit.
Well, he's just gonna throw it out then.
Well, that's the point.
Well, look at this. It's a fucking marlin. That's pretty neat.
Well, that might be
Yeah.
cool in the fish tank.
Look at this. Could be a rare gemstone. Blood diamond. You never know.
Or it
Looks
could
like
be
there's
something
blood in it.
might be something you step on at night.
And then there's like, oh look, powerful ring. Don't know how much that gives you in, strength, intelligence, who knows.
Shows you
Uh,
I don't know.
Oh, check this thing out.
I don't think you get either one of those things from that.
So I haven't really figured this out yet. I haven't opened but it's like it looks like a pizza cutter on the bottom, right? But it's like
Mhm.
it's inches and feet and stuff, and it says Germany. So I think it's like measuring device. You know how they have those ones you walk with though? Cause
What do you mean?
watch, when I do this, it takes the measurement. So like you're like, oh, this is 24 inches.
Oh. Is it, what are the measurements in? Is it like millimeters or inches? Or?
Inches, feet somehow. Like it's got a different gauge for that, and on the back it's got inches to foot. It's really weird. Like look.
Dude, if that's accurate, that would be really useful in a grow room, I bet.
Yeah, it's all stainless. It's like a pocket watch made.
According
Feeling-
to Craft Grow in Chat, it's for blueprints for measuring scale.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like now, yeah, like make a little railroad. I could imagine somebody using that.
That's why
I
it's
don't
with
think
all
I
the
have anything
figurines,
else.
probably.
What's in here? Oh, this thing's kind of neat. Probably not worth anything, but
This is the stuff you take into like Antique Roadshow.
Right.
it's just like the Washington Monument, but then it's got $1, a $50, quarter,
Oh yeah, I see.
A
and
little
then
epoxy
penny.
project. I like it.
Yeah. Somebody did. I don't know. It looks like they bought it because it's got a box made for it.
No
But you can
pennies.
smell it. It smells like my grandparents' house a long time ago. Old.
Oh, probably a bunch of mold spores. you're
Like
smelling.
grandma's
Oh.
cabin.
I'm not gonna show this one because it'll dox me. But it's an
Oh.
old. It's an old apron
Okay.
from the lumber mill that my family owned, and I guess shut down in 1960 something.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, down in Florida. But I think that's all the cool stuff. What is this? Nothing. Oh, another random puzzle I couldn't figure out. Check this out.
What are you trying to do?
I'll show you. It opens up, and then you have all these pieces. But I would think, okay, it's one of those move them, but there's no space.
Yeah.
It's full up. So like, are you supposed to make your own?
I
Like,
think
take
it's
the
solved.
single one out.
Then you probably take them all out, and then you make someone try to put it all.
Oh,
back
yeah,
in.
it could be as simple as that. They were
Yeah,
simple back then.
It's just solved because it's stored properly.
You were simple back then.
See, here's the thing. That's how you know whoever had it was like smart enough to do it. Because if you're not smart enough to do it, you never put it back together, and it just gets thrown away.
Oh, there's a lighter. That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah. I didn't try to fill it. That's about it. Oh, and I got a big old bag of puppy chow, like I said. So
Oh,
I'll be eating
shit.
that in a bit. And yeah, it's homemade. So yeah, I'm super
Damn.
stoked about
That's
that.
why the head bob. It's homemade. Holy shit.
Oh, I also tested both your lime lights there, Spartan.
Yeah, what do you think between the two of those? The number 1 and the number 2?
I honestly think the number 2.
This one I like too.
Better flavor, similar highs. So like, why not have the better flavor and smell? When you
Exactly.
break down number 2, it smells so good. It reminded me of that one lime lights I liked that you didn't keep, or
You reminded me
like,
about that a couple times.
yeah, just a couple.
You can't keep them all, man.
Oh, and I got this. I forgot. This I put on my desk immediately. And I don't know if it's an art statement or just something silly, but it says at the bottom, the shrinking dollar. And I think it's just so appropriate these days
Yeah,
because
it's
this is
about
probably from
inflation.
like another, yeah. And so I'm just going to keep that on my desk to remind me, fuck the government.
Is that from the Reagan era?
Yeah, maybe. Oh, I didn't even see what kind of year. It's really hard to tell. 19. No, I can't tell. There's no way. It's all,
No,
it's
you're right.
all,
Not from this century though. Wow, that's old.
yeah,
Well,
yeah. Somebody was into, acrylic things.
None of us are from this century.
Shh. Let's focus on the now. Let's not focus on
I got these pink. I did a Secret Santa on a reef form.
Nice.
I got Blazy Susans, they're pink. And
Nice.
and some other coral stuff. I got a Spartan coming to my house. I don't know if you heard, for girl. I got Spartan coming to my house tomorrow morning for a big fish tank delivery.
Ooh.
So
he needed to call in the extra muscle.
Two-man job. Yeah.
well, it's
Especially
300.
it helps when they're like your height too. You know what I mean? You ever try to lift
Yeah. Short people don't get it. Yeah.
And then we have a challenge of a hill
Look
too.
at Tara. You're not that short, Tara.
You have no idea how much I can lift.
I believe it. You got mom strength.
Form both you punks.
Okay.
See how
No.
My dog is
But I can
ripping
definitely
ass.
do my fair share.
I'm gonna call bullshit on more than me and
I definitely can do my fair share.
Is this a challenge? We're gonna do some like
I'll
Russian
take
deadlift,
it.
some
Yeah.
bench, some squat.
First we gotta do. I still gotta take Tara out in the flight challenge.
All right, Tara, what's your deadlift?
I don't know if you're going to do that, boy.
Tara, what's your deadlift, Tara?
Ooh, I don't know. I haven't deadlifted.
What's the
forever.
deadlift?
Deadlifts is when the bar's on the ground and you stand up.
Yeah, and you're
bend
standing
down.
Oh, I've never done those.
Leaning over it. Yeah. Been a
No
long
Olympic
time for
lifting,
that shit.
I just use the machines.
I can do 2 bags of
Stuff
soil.
like
I got that. That's about
You're
as
not
much
working
as I
all
can
those
do.
stabilizer
2 bags of
muscles.
soil.
2 bags of
Two
soil.
bags of soil. I like it.
Yeah,
That's a good measurement.
free weights.
Yep, 1 on each shoulder.
Let's see.
We used to do that, and we took it up the stairs too, and that shit sucked.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go the long way around the house.
We're gonna go down the hill, aren't we? Or are you gonna go all the way?
One's a hill like this, but if we go the long way, it's a nice slope
Yeah, we're not
around.
going a long way. Fuck that.
Oh,
Come on,
Jesus
man.
Christ.
Do I just put it on my back? And just
So the
fucking
freight weight says 360 pounds.
Okay.
That's with, I'm guessing, with a pallet.
With a pallet, yeah.
It doesn't say how much the damn thing weighs by itself. I'm gonna
What are
pull
we
it
talking
up.
about?
To show
Do
up.
you guys, do you not have a wheelbarrow? What are we talking about?
A wheelbarrow? A wheelbarrow for a Starfire tank? Are you kidding?
Wow.
Are you kidding? Look at this thing. And by the way, this is a tip for anybody out there. This is a huge sale. Huge sale. That's why I got it. But yeah, it's 3 foot by 3 foot by 2 foot tall. So we're gonna have to turn it on its side just to get through the door.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's a cube. I've always wanted a cube.
Okay.
But this one's big enough I can have any kind of fish really besides shark and stuff.
It's gonna be in a box too, so we can practically throw it down the hill if we need to. Be fine.
Yeah, just put some casters on
You
it.
think they're gonna put it? You think
It
they're
is
gonna put it on a
15
semi
millimeter thick
Yeah,
glass.
they would lose so much money if they didn't, have it shipped well, packed
What
well.
I was thinking was sliding it down the hill
We
in the
could
packaging.
we'll see what they have. You want me to bring my
Yeah.
tarp? You got a tarp?
I got tons of tarps.
Oh, okay. I
Tons of tarps.
because we can throw a tarp down, put it on the tarp, and just drag that bitch if we needed to.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
How much does this thing weigh?
It doesn't matter for Growly.
It says the freight weight is
You're two fucking
360
men for
pounds.
Growly. It doesn't matter.
360
I'm feeling like
minus a pallet.
Hey, my deadlift, I'm confident I can do at least 315. So that's most of the weight right there.
What is a
What's your
deadlift?
squat at?
Above your head?
Deadlift is no, you just pick it out of the ground and you stand up.
Picking out off the ground.
Oh!
It's an Olympic lift.
That's the lamest thing. I've seen those. That's the lamest thing I've seen.
Wait a minute. Did
Yeah,
you say
but
you've
can you
seen,
do over
did you
200
say you've
pounds
seen-
without
Did you say
prolapsing?
you've seen those? Have you done them yet?
No,
seen it.
I've seen them in
Okay,
videos and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I like the guys that go and get above their head, like the
Well,
Olympians.
You can do that if
That's
you
called
like.
a clean.
Yeah,
You can
the
do
clean,
cleans.
the
You wanna do
clean
some
ones,
cleans?
not the
Clean jerks?
dirties.
You do
I'm
clean
gonna be
jerks?
there in the morning to watch all this shit.
Yeah,
That's what I'm going to do.
I want to do a
I'm
squat off.
confident I can do at least 200 if we're just lifting something.
Yeah.
So if we
And it's
combine
half.
that,
It's gonna be half because it was two of us, right?
that's
So
what I'm saying.
Video
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys,
Yep.
yeah, you don't need no. You don't need no.
I'm just
Solid.
disappointed it decided to snow today. Yeah,
Hey, maybe it'll make it easier to just slide it across. Yeah.
if we were
Dude,
fucking
awesome.
slide.
Freeze tonight.
I lost
Yeah.
power today.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, for a little while. I was pissed. I went on the outage map and it was like just a little area around where I lived. I'm like, what the fuck?
Damn.
much
Somebody
snow
might
did you
hit a pole.
So I didn't
Hold
have
on.
anything. I didn't have anything else to do. So
How
I
much
said,
did
"Fuck
you guys
it."
get?
Took a bath. What?
How much snow did you get?
I love it.
Snow? Not much.
Not much.
It's not
No.
snow, it's just icy.
Icy.
We got a lot. We got a lot
Yeah.
of snow. We got a lot
Shit
of snow,
ton of
but
wind.
we got a lot of snow, a lot of wind, but nothing like stuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nothing stuck, but the ice, like it started making ice like an hour ago. Because I
Yeah.
noticed on my driveway, I was like, oh boy.
It's a little icy, but we mostly had rain.
But I'm gonna salt in the morning, just in case.
It's supposed to be like 30, like low 30s tomorrow. So if you salt in the morning, it should melt out. But yeah, salting tonight's not going to do anything because it's supposed to be down in the.
No, I'm salt in the
Low
morning.
20s.
Yeah. Yeah.
we
I'm
got
gathering.
probably at least an inch up here, I think.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean a lot of wind though. So
My,
it got blown around a lot.
deck,
Too.
my deck, I guess it's a little colder because there's nothing under, but it had like a half inch, 3/4 of an inch. I didn't shovel it though.
I don't even have salt. I should probably go buy some. I mean, I have
Yeah.
table salt, but I don't have rocks.
He's out there just.
Yeah, it's just
No, I want
neighbors
that
like,
for me.
You
yeah.
gotta watch your dogs and the big rock salt too, because that can really mess up their feet, get stuck in there and stuff. I know they have like pet safe salt. I don't think it's too much more expensive, but if you're like, if you
Yeah,
got
it's like
pet,
$1
you know,
more.
like, right? If you let them out
It's
on
just
like
a different
certain
chemical, I
deck
think.
or something like that all the time, just salt that area
Yeah.
with the pet safe salt.
What? Do I put cushions on their feet and fucking?
I mean, some people do that. Depends on how long they're gone for.
I don't even. I will shovel for them, but I'm not gonna throw salt down for them or any of that bullshit. They're
I
fucking
throw salt
animals.
down for myself, my dog, and the Amazon drivers.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
and,
really
and USPS. I don't want
it's,
them
I've
pissed.
it's a liability. Who cares about yourself, right? But like for other people that might show up that you've technically invited because you have a delivery, now you're pretty much obligated to.
Who are we speaking to? Who's got a delivery?
Yeah, Russ doesn't get any deliveries.
Deliveries.
He doesn't get anything.
Mail is all he gets.
Don't come to
Yeah.
my house. You're not invited.
Yeah, get your mailbox turned around.
Ooh.
You'll know my house. It's the house with all the ice.
It's like no one's home.
So yeah, that'll be a fun day tomorrow.
I got a fun day of cleaning tomorrow, tents and getting ready for reset.
Nice. You're talking about your own shit, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, I like that because it's your own schedule. You can put
Oh, I
your
don't mind doing
music
it for other
on.
people too. I mean, I don't. If it was work, I wouldn't. I don't mind. I love that stuff.
It's still work.
It doesn't matter. It still has to be done. So it's just
Feels
part
good
of it.
afterwards. Feels good afterwards for sure.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel good doing that
1,000
clean. Like,
times.
like after you've got a whole grow done and you've harvested. I don't know. I always felt good getting that room clean and fresh and just being like, oof, nice.
You felt like you didn't want to take a nap, and were exhausted.
Well, I'm always exhausted just because I work hard, but
I mean, everybody is, but like, I mean, extra.
take a
Like,
nap when you're fucking dead.
okay. Well, yeah, that's why I don't
Yeah,
like
no?
work. Work makes you
I got
tired.
too much shit to do to be taking naps.
Yeah. Chuck, yeah. Okay. But yeah.
That's why it's taking me 2 days to get damn 5 plants down for fresh frozen shit. I feel like such a
So
sick ass.
It really is. It's more work than harvesting for flour, I would say.
Well, I mean, it is, and I'm being a
I think you
little
just
more
need more
tedious with one.
hands.
I'm being really tedious this one because the buds are really, really super tight. So I'm like taking it really far down.
Breaking it all
Yeah.
up.
Yep, big time. I just
Yeah.
want it to be able to get into all the nooks
Yeah,
and crannies, and they're
that
so
does
tight.
take
I don't
extra
know how
time.
it could. So just won't
We're
hurt it.
gonna worry about that when we run like something we choose.
Like a monocrop too, because this is
Yeah,
gonna,
that's what I mean. Like
because
this
mixing all the
is the
flavors is
one.
already fucking with the flavor.
Yeah.
So why go
Dude,
extra steps?
yeah. Spartan was in there. What was what number? Number 9, I think, was fucking you up. But he
Right.
couldn't. He was sneezing every 5 seconds.
That was the second harvest, right? Yeah.
Yeah, second day.
Yep.
Yeah, we're on day 3, so it does take a while. If I had more hands, like if I was a creature with like 6 hands, I think it would be equal time.
But you have to have the many eyes to hold on to that attention as well.
What?
You'd have to have that many eyes to hold on to be able to keep track of all those hands.
That's true. Unless you kept them in your vision there. Just everything doing it for you. Grab a cola with these, grab a cola with these, pluck them with those. You technically grab 3
It's like
colas
an
and
assembly
pluck.
line.
Yeah. Assembly line it. Or yeah, that's another way you could use 6. I was thinking like you got six arms. You're grabbing 3 colas with 3 arms, whatever combo, left, right, whatever, all right, I don't care. And then the other 3 are the ones plucking or making sure all the leaves that you want are off of them real quick, and then plucking, taking the buds. But for goalies, I'm thinking like you're going like left to right or something by assembly line. This one goes to that, plucks it. This one starts bucket. This one puts it in the bag. That'd be cool. But alas, we're just bi-armed beings and simpletons.
This is a good question, and you're talking about maybe getting some pointers on how to do this. What is, kind of walk me through a little bit of your process, because I tend to I use those wide like roasting trays, the baking trays, the tin trays or whatever. I just use those, the disposable ones. Once I get one of those, I chop the colas about the length of them. So what is that, like 18 inches, something like that. And I'll usually I'm de-leafing, like de-fan leafing as I'm taking the colas down. But once I get a nice stack of them in this bin, and I'm like talking a mounded stack, and fill this thing up, that's when I start breaking down the colas in terms of like stripping off any extra non-trichome material, breaking the nodes down into a bin. And once I've completed that one bin and I've destemmed it into this other bin next to it.
What do you mean, Ben? Like a
Just
shoebox size tub?
the metal disposable baking trays that are high. They're like 4 or 5 inches high.
The turkey ones?
Yeah, it's essentially
yeah.
They're not the round.
Okay.
Like they make actual roasting, like turkey roasting ones. You can use those too, but it's about that size. They're just as tall. It doesn't need to hold as much juice, if you know what I'm saying. But once I fill one of those up, and I then go to vac seal it, cut my bag and vac seal it, that's usually about that 800-ish grams of fresh frozen. And that's part of why I'm making them that size, because that I'm just doing it 800-ish grams at a time, you know,
Yeah.
kind of assembly lining it, you know, as I go. And if I had, you know, 3 or 4 or 5 people doing it, I would literally have an assembly line going. This person is you know, taking them off the plant and deleafing. This person is, you know, getting all the non-trichome material off. Yeah. It's just easier. It's a little bit repetitive, but it's a easy way of doing it.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out Brandon Stanley. He looks like he's popped the same strains, raspberry parfait and squirts. He's 5 days old on 5 out of 5 squirts and 4 raspberry parfaits. I just watered mine. I got 5 out of 5 on both of them. They're all still going. So maybe getting those almost getting those second sets of leaves. Certainly the full set of actual leaves, you know, past the cotyledons, but there's not like any like nodal spacing or anything like that yet. So once that happens, I'm going straight into 10 gallons with them and reused soil, Spartan. FYI.
Did you re-amend it?
Well, I haven't yet because.
Or are you gonna?
Yeah, I probably will. I don't know if I'm gonna use the biochar type reamendment, or I'm just gonna top dress it with some, you know, powdered whatever veg nutrients and worm castings. Or if I'm gonna, you know, because I'm not gonna like till it up. I'm just pulling out the root ball and putting it in the solo cup. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
There's a little bit of space for adding, you know, some amendments, but those are kind of my 3 options. I'm not really intending to do much else.
What's the biochar? What is that? Is it just biochar?
I pulled it up here on the show before. You're gonna have to give me a second. I can probably find it. I gotta think of the brand, dude. I've only bought it like twice before. And it was for outdoor this year.
Is it like the same company that does like Lion's Pride and all that?
Thank you. I think that's
or Nature's Pride. I think it was called.
It's something like that. Nature's Pride nutrients. Let's try that. Green Grow Biologicals is the brand, and Pridelands. Yeah, Pridelands is the veg and bloom powder nutrients. They also make a Nature's Brie, which I've used in the past. Don't think I'm using right now because I think
it's just a charged biochar.
Earthshine, it's called. I guess I could share my screen, huh, guys?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
There you go. If Big pulls it up here, it's
gotcha.
Yeah, look at that, 30 pound. Get a big old bag of that. Biochar product sheet. Let's see.
Quality guarantee. Where's it from? Where does it come from? Are they burning down rainforests to get this stuff?
No, they're digging up the
I
rainforest.
want to know.
They dig up the
Stirred
rainforest.
apart of the organic input material.
So we're talking 1.62% guaranteed nitrogen, water soluble.
Soybean meal.
0.22% potash, or sorry, phosphate. 0.55% soluble potash, derived from soybean meal and worm castings. All right. Also contains 5% humic acid, 10% wood biochar.
Okay, yeah, I would look at that as I would add that as well. Like I would add that.
Yeah.
And then because that's not a huge nutrient input, it is kind of a micronutrient input, but especially with the glacial rock dust. But in humic acid and all that is going to help make what you have in your soil more available, more available. And the biochar is going to add carbon.
Take a sip.
Right. It's going to add carbon directly to your soil, which a lot of people don't have a way to add carbon back into their soil. So that's one way is biochar. The secret behind Terra Prata. Brandon Rust nutrients is what I use for that. It's a carbon-based organic fertilizer. So when you're fertilizing with it, you're also adding carbon.
Okay. I've never tried their mycorrhizae. I think I have a different brand of that. Not sure I've tried the green aminos either, but this is like the veg copper. It's pretty basic. Although I guess we can just try to blow this up. There you go. 6% nitrogen, 3% phosphate, 3.5 potash, 7% on the calcium. That's nice. 2.5% sulfur in there too.
And some iron. I like that.
Yeah, derived from feather meal, bat guano, fish meal, seabird guano. So that's beach chicken shit, is what that is. Oyster shell, alfalfa meal, volcanic ash, blood meal, crab meal, rock phosphate, fish bone meal, glacial rock dust, which is what the biochar is derived from, sulfate of potash, longbenite, and kelp meal.
Langbonite, I think. That stuff is
There you go.
high in potassium.
Seems to work. It's got some mycos in it. It's up to 2% wood biochar in it. So I don't know. I mean, maybe that's doing part of that reamending anyway, but that's probably just a way to boost it with the other one, you know. And it's, again, we're reusing soil. So I actually have close to maybe 10 plants in there right now that are reused without adding the biochar stuff. Just the Pridelands veg. Top dressed it with that, and I don't even think I've used worm castings yet because I don't have any. So, but they're, I think, only a couple weeks in the flower. Tell you what, though, this grape fun dip, I got 2 lights of that coming down soon, and looks great. I just started. Ooh, where's that? They have a flower finisher. I'd be curious to get your input on this. Share my screen again.
Can't wait for you guys to try this chem. It's so fucking good.
So I've only used this a few times, but let me know what you think. 1% nitrogen, 5% phosphate, 7% potash, 12.5% calcium, 1% magnesium, 0.5% iron. A little humic acid and biochar in there too. It's one of those things that's not very, you use like a teaspoon per gallon or something like that. I just started the grape fun dip on it today. You're supposed to use it for the last like 2 weeks. I'll probably use it for a week and then just go straight water, just to kind of give it something at the end, you know. It doesn't look, it actually has just the tiniest little bit of tip burn right now at week, 6 or whatever we're at. So I got it pretty much right where I want it. They haven't really shown any signs of flushing or deficiencies yet. I mean, maybe just the slightest, tiniest little bit. So that's why I'm kind of like, all right, well, I want to keep it going because they're thick and I'm hammering them with these lights. So I want to make sure I don't like overstress them too early to the point where they're not really getting the full production at their height of their production. You know what I mean?
And then you're about 6, you said, week 6?
Yeah. I mean, they just started thickening up, like really like getting wide, so I don't want it to like get wide and then be fluffy, But it's, the whole canopy is very thick. It's not very like high in terms of density, but in like you can't see through it in any direction. It's very, very dense that way. So
I think week 6 is about as late as I'd give it anything. And if I'd give it anything as a top dress organically, I'd probably be like gypsum for more calcium and sulfur.
Week 6 isn't going to break down until week 8.
Well, gypsum will, if you put down like the powdered gypsum, it'll break down way faster. And it'll break down before that.
What's week 6 in days? Was that like
42?
42?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It says
and I was going to say I would do worm casting
like
at that point because that's already pre-digested nutrition at that point. And it's microbes. It's like a microbe addition boost. So I would do those 2 things, if anything, after week 6.
Correction. It actually says final 4 weeks of flower development. So that'd be what, like week 4 you're supposed to start this? I haven't done that yet with this.
I think it's just saying that it'll finish. That this will help the plant finish out. So you can top load it. You could load it early, and it'll have enough to get you through the last 4 weeks.
Yeah. I'd rather, especially in soil, I feel like I'd rather give it earlier than later. It just won't take the extra.
Yeah. Well,
whereas later, I don't want it processing newts later. I just want it to be processing its own.
That's
especially.
kind of the difference with organic. So it's not necessarily like you can't just like dump a bunch of calcium on it like you could in rock wool and it be like just immediately hitting the roots
Yes,
to
you
like
put the
uptake it.
calcium 2 weeks ahead of time.
Right. So it becomes available, but that doesn't mean the plant necessarily is going to uptake it in this form. A little bit different than the synthetic and whatever the salt-based cocoa
You
or rock wool
still
different
don't.
media.
It's the same plant. You still don't want it. The plant. Why does the plant need all the nutrients in the last 2 weeks? And yet in salt, you can run straight water and it builds buds, densifies buds, builds them. Because
Because you have
the
salts
plant
built
doesn't
up
really
in
need
that
them.
media. You definitely have salts built up in that media.
I flush my shit, get down to like under 100 ppm within like 3 days.
In week 6?
No, but I'm saying when I flush.
Okay.
But you have essentially you don't have salts in the soil, but you have nutrients in the soil.
And they'll
What
always
I'm
be
saying
there.
is
It works a
is
lot differently.
yeah, I know. I've grown I've grown organics, but I'm saying the plant doesn't want nutrients at its end of its life, regardless if it's in salts or organics.
Oh, I understand that, and the plant understands that.
So what?
And
So that's like going in there at like day 63 and giving it nudes. Why would I ever do that?
I think you're making an
So if you're
argument.
putting stuff in that's gonna take 2 weeks to
Faked. You're
break
arguing
down.
with no one. Faked. No one's trying
I'm
to
not
argue with
arguing, I'm
you.
just discussing it. Everybody
Fake.
always
No,
gets
I
this
have-
way
I
on
know.
this
So,
show,
have-
but
No, I
slow
have-
down because
I have your
what
answer.
up?
Jake. I have your answers because he's reusing the soil, so he's feeding.
There
the
you
soil.
go. All right.
He's feeding the soil. He's not going to feed. He's not feeding just for that plant. So he's
I was going to get there. I
essentially
appreciate you stepping
replacing
in.
what that plant's taking away.
But that's what reamendment's for. So like, you're gonna do that anyways after with reamending,
Well, I didn't last
unless you
time. We've
plan
been
on
talking
never
about it this
reamend or
time.
you get on a schedule where you skip it. Yeah.
So
I
in
guess-
organic situations, a different mindset than the salt-based situation, in that you don't cut off the nutrients because you're not adding available nutrition for the plant at the end. The plant stops uptaking that nutrition at the end. It kind of cuts it off on its own, right? So unless you feed it in available form, if you fed it in available form, like a salt-based nutrient or organically broke down, available, maybe some components of worm castings are that plant available nutrition, then yeah, that would be an issue. That would be an issue. But if you're giving it like something that's going to take a couple of weeks, it's going to be past the plant uptaking it and adding anything to the plant.
So why?
But you're feeding that soil. You're getting that soil, so now you can plant in that without having it to sit for a month, or whatever to recharge. You can go right back into it, and you have another plant ready to go, and it's not lacking.
I
see
wasn't
what you're saying.
suggesting adding nutrients in the last week of soil. Like I said, I don't plan on doing that. I haven't done that, and I've always used water the last at least week, and even in soil media where I don't necessarily think that's even necessary. I think you could probably feed some things up to the day of harvest in organics, and it just not
You can do that in
not be
salts
an
too.
issue
They're
like
doing
it
it now,
can be in salts. Where
and
I've
nobody can
witnessed
tell the
it.
difference.
I absolutely can tell the difference. I've grown enough to of my own to know the difference in those strains when it's you're pushing new, like, and even nitrogen like this has in it that late in salts. I've seen that affect flavor. The whole gray ash thing is a whole different discussion. I don't think that's necessarily flushing, but I think that's more in the cure, honestly. But yeah, again, I'm not advising adding nutrients or anything last week. I mistakenly thought it said 2 weeks. It says 4 weeks, which makes more sense because then it would be more available in those last couple week 6 rather than adding it in week 6 and it just kind of being there for the tail end after. Because what I'm envisioning in my rhizosphere right now through this week 6 and seeing all this massive buildup is a lot of what's in the leaves in terms of nutrients and a lot of what's in the rhizosphere is going to get used up right now, like this week. And
But that's what I'm saying. Why would you?
Let me finish. What is going to be available next week might not be enough. So like, all right, let's throw this flower finisher in there, make sure there's something in there, knowing that it's not going to hurt. It can really only help. And especially considering I'm reusing it, it's not really a waste.
I'd rather throw it in earlier. Is what I'm saying.
You're
Then.
right.
Like
Oh,
I'd
I
throw it
should
in
have thrown
week
it in
one,
with.
week 2, week 3.
Well, that's what the
But
bloom is for.
there's got to be a point where I'd be like, no, I'm not throwing it
Fake,
in. I'll
fake.
wait till it's all
That's
done
what
and
the
I'll
bloom
throw
is
it in
for. You
after.
wouldn't throw a flower finisher in in week 1. You'd use the bloom nutrient for
If
week
it's
1,
if it's
2,
if
3,
it's
4.
gonna if it's gonna take a while to break down,
All
and
right, you
B,
use it going into
hold on,
flower.
hold on. Let me get to my B, and B. Well, fuck, I already forgot. My B was oh, and it doesn't matter because the plant's gonna do what it wants, and uptake what it wants in soil because the microbes are breaking it down or whatever y'all just said. So if it doesn't matter, then I'm doing it early, not later.
Okay, so what does matter would be the fact that you're using a flower finisher, which is going to have a lot different ingredients than what you would want in the beginning of flower, right? Does that make sense? Just like the nutrient schedule changes.
When the plant's stretching, I'm trying to give it stuff for its next stage. It already should have got its stuff for the stretch stage.
Right. No, I agree that
That's what
you're
I'm
planning
saying.
ahead. Yeah. But
Yeah,
I'm saying, why would you use a flower finisher for those first couple weeks when they have a product that's made for those first couple weeks?
because they said it's made for those first. You got to start. I don't
No,
know.
it
I
says the
do it
last 4
my own
weeks, which
way.
I mistakenly thought it was 2 weeks, but it's actually 4
I
weeks.
I just look at like the chemicals and I'm just gonna see what the plant needs. Plus, I'd be testing my soil anyways, like Brandon Russ does or wherever he send it away, or at least do a slurry test. If I was doing organics, I'd see what the hell's in there. Uh, but
Like
yeah,
before, or after, or
I'd try
both?
to do it before and after a couple. I'd probably do it for a while until I saw my own
Saw the
pattern.
changes. That'd be
Just
kind of
like
cool.
yeah, just like
At least
strains. People
if you're
test them for a
reusing,
while.
if you're reusing your stuff, at least if you could even start out once a year. You know what I mean? Make a change and then test it the next year and see if you notice
Oh
a
yeah,
difference.
exactly. Like I don't think they're even that expensive in soil because you send them to those like ag places, and they've been doing that forever for farmers.
I
But
think the challenge there would I think it would make sense if you're growing in like these massive pots outdoors. You had like 12 of them or, small amount, or you had beds indoors. But like I'm using 10-gallon pots. I got like 30 of them, 30 some of them. How am the result? I mean, granted, the data is better than nothing. It'd be better to do it than not do it if you could afford to, but just like testing anything.
well, it's just
Even though
like
Spartan might not agree,
it's
but
like you were talking
it's
about
gonna be so
fluffy
random
buds.
because I got I might have a garlic punch running 2 cycles in this with 3 runs
Yeah,
of clementine. I might have one run of clover milk, 1 run of clementine, 1 run of lime skunk, and 1 run of garlic punch in this one. This one might have been primal punch for a year and a half and it never transplanted. Like there's a lot of different variables there. So yeah, I guess getting a big enough sample size at that point would be helpful, but I think it'd just be more useful if it was like a bed or a massive pot. But then with a
yeah.
massive pot, where do you take the sample from? Like, what are the instructions
They
on
have
that?
like they got like you might take a multiple
So
deep
that's the
one, a
instruction.
shallow one,
That's what the
mix it.
instructions is you take like a 5-gallon bucket out there and you take multiple locations at multiple depths and then you throw it in that 5-gallon bucket and you mix it up and then you take your sample out of that.
Yeah, get average. But dab time in a minute.
Speaking of primal punch, we're gonna do a primal punch tab.
I beat you out to it. I was quick on the draw today.
I
I was
saw that.
smoking the triple burger.
I mean, that's the thing. Like
Nice.
Chad said, if you're making your soil from scratch, you already know what's going on. You do and you don't. I mean, if you're Mr. Scientist weighing everything, all
By
the
the gram.
powders by the gram to do the math to know per peat amount, sure. But like for Gurley said, he doesn't want to get that late stage big fluffy buds. Well, that's a chemical thing. So like you can test and find out, oh, that just you didn't have this much. Your handful of that wasn't enough every time. Do 2 handfuls, or I don't know.
There's a great
So
product that I keep
I don't
talking
like
about
the whole yeah. I don't. I
from
like
Brandon Rust,
testing.
Bokashi Earthworks, his
Yeah,
carbon-based fertilizer. It's like a liquid organic fertilizer.
I got some of that.
But it's good for like the organic fertilizer that needs something to like a quick fix. Not that it's super quickly gonna react like it's fucking a salt, but it's way quicker than any other really organic input.
Is it kind of
What
like
works?
the tea at that point? Because the tea's got to work a lot more active than
Tea isn't a nutrient. Tea isn't a nutrient input usually. It's a tea is
Dude,
usually
this is totally.
feeding
It's
the
like
microbes.
regular nutrients are based off of something else, and this is based off of carbon.
so yeah. Instead of
It was
attaching your
really
nutrients
complicated.
to a salt, it's attached to carbon instead. It's not
Yeah.
it's not that complicated. But
Why?
so
Well, because I thought everything's a carbon. I thought everything's made out of carbon.
but it's not like all
Everything
of the
physical.
nutrients.
I thought.
All of the nutrients that you're feeding to your plants aren't connected to carbon at all. If you looked at the chemical formula, there's no C. It'd be you know. But
Yeah, I guess
and
H2O doesn't have carbon.
no, that's hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen hydroxide, man. But yeah, so this is carbon based. So not only are you carrying it's a chelated nutrient to the plant, but you're also leaving behind carbon, or that could even be utilized by the plant too. So that's pretty cool. I don't use it
A
as like
chelated nutrient?
it's chelated to the
Is that
carbon.
like a salt? So it's
No,
carrying a
chelated.
salt?
No, chelated means that it's like attached to
Plant
the
ready.
and it's ready to be uptaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's attached to the carbon. And you mix it with your water, it gets dark as hell, and then you water your plants. But I only use it for like a kick if I need it in flour or something if I think it's running out of nutrients or something.
Yeah.
So I'll get just a little quart of each one, and they'll last me half a year because I don't use them super often.
You'll find that same word used a lot in like vitamins and stuff. They'll make like chelated iron or whatever.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And it's like attached to amino acid something.
Chelated comes from the word something that means claw.
The process
but
during which
basically,
minerals such as calcium or selenium are bound to an amino acid or peptide. Yep.
What is a peptide? I keep hearing that word. I don't really understand it.
Now we're going even deeper. I remember hearing about it in class.
was it in
Which
class
class?
or was it on Osmosis Jones? Which one?
It would have been both. I was definitely osmosis. I watched the shit out of that. Peptide. No, not peptide. What did we say? Fuck.
It was peptide, wasn't it?
Oh, it was
Yeah,
peptide. It came up with like fucking Pepto-Bismol. It was what the fuck?
I knew it.
Peptide is a short string of 2 to 50 amino acids formed by a condensation reaction, joined together through a covalent bond. That's the strong one, I think.
So it just makes it like ultra ready to be absorbed by your body or something, or what?
Yeah, I guess
Because
it's
that's
just
like instead of attaching it to one amino acid, if it's more than that or up to 50, it's a peptide. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it'd be attached to a single amino acid or a string of them. So a peptide's a string of amino acids.
Okay.
So
it's
that's all
like
it's saying is it might be attached to a single one, but it also could be attached to a string of them.
so it's like
But
white
I'm also
sugar versus
interpreting.
pasta,
Yeah.
long chain carbs versus short. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand.
I meant to ask, was your grape fun dip the Blacklight Fantasy times Cushman's?
Yes.
So that looks, yeah, that's gonna be pretty good. Have you grown it? This is seed pop, right?
It's the only time I've grown it is when I flowered it and then re-vegged it, took clones of it, and then reflowered it.
Yeah. That'll be sweet.
So now these are the first round from clone, yeah.
Nice.
Guess I could just get in there and show you guys. Just show you real quick.
Yep.
All right, I'll be right back. Give me like 5-ish.
My dog's over here ripping ass.
My dog just came, scratched on the door, and let himself in. Like
I'm gonna turn the fan on. Ridiculous.
Blowing it back in his face.
No, I got a fan that's aimed singly out the cove here.
You got the exhaust fan just for the.
It's just for him. Because if you don't, it lingers. It fucking lingers, and you're stuck with poo smell. Or he does it again, and it's not his fault. He's dead asleep right now. It's just auto magic, you know.
Magic.
Oh, frosty.
So you got to take a big rip, blow out some nice smelling
Well,
smoke.
that's what. But the thing is, Spartan, you have to clear the air before you rip it, because then you're literally ripping ass. And I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna clear it. Then, like right now, I'm getting my gonna
Oh.
get my dab. You know.
Oh, tell me you never sat in that chair eating some snack and he's fucking ripped ass unknowingly to you, and all of a sudden
Bro.
you just got a mouthful.
It may no. Well, it's happened. It's happened, but it makes me stop eating. I get so frustrated. I go, dude, because he'll do this. He'll do that shit. We're like, you go make a meal, and you're like all excited to go sit down finally for the day. You get like an hour out of the day. Let's sit down and eat. And you go downstairs, and he has loaded this place up with smell of shit. And you're just like, oh, I'm trying to fucking eat. Like it's old dog farts. People with old dogs understand. Like it's a different level of just rancid. And I'd
Maybe
rather
start lighting a
you
match.
you walk around with triple burger in your nose, just like this is the only way to counteract it. Or maybe if once I get some Kim from Nut Tree and Terra, but you need something potent.
Yeah.
So
Something to take that stank away with the good stank.
yeah.
Ever tried lighting a match or something? Maybe do that.
No, so like I'm not like if I smell gas in the house, Troy. I'm not the type that's gonna light a match either. It's just like it's not good logic there as a human.
So this
Don't.
is coming from a brainiac that put a tick on the kitchen floor and took a torch to it. So let's not listen to him.
Yeah, did you burn the floor?
Fuck yeah!
There's a burn mark.
Big old black fucking.
Let's see that. No.
Yeah. You want to see that? Yeah.
Shame. And then you take him over and goes, "Was this
Not
you?
taking it
Was this
outside and lighting it on
What's
fire
this you?"
on the kitchen floor.
She rubbed his nose in it. Don't do this.
I used to just throw them in the toilet, the ticks, if I forget how to get one off the dog or something. And I flush that son of a bitch.
Watch that
Torch it
motherfucker.
on the floor on the linoleum.
No.
That's what we
I
do.
mean, I can see you maybe getting on the ground, like, and getting a lighter and trying to get close to it, but not a torch, my man.
no. was
He's gonna run away from your lighter.
the
You're not
full
gonna-
green torch.
No, that's how you get them off dogs.
No, that's how they like dig in deeper if you get them close to a dog.
Oh, that's how they let go. You get a match, let's strike the match,
You get
you blow it out, and when it's still hot, you put it right next to where the head would be, and it goes. Your dog usually goes, oh.
Yeah, I was just taking the fuck out of your dog that way.
That's an old remedy for ticks. Or you can go to the store and buy the fancy tick puller.
No, I don't go through all that.
I just would go to the store and get the same medicine I give them that kills ticks, and just give them an extra dose right next to the fucking tick is what I would do. And I bet you that.
Oh,
fucker would be
the
dead.
oil
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
I bet you
that'd be interesting. I've never had an opportunity to do that.
No,
Like I
don't
would
do
think
at
it
all.
would just fucking like I'm out of here and then die.
I'd be like, here's a dose for you, fucker.
Yeah.
We never have that stuff.
I'm
on
gonna take
hand
this down.
for it anyway, so it's like you'd have to go to the store, you'd have to buy it.
It's worth it to me to so I don't have to worry about ticks in my house, because
Oh,
if I
heck
get ticks
yeah,
in
it
my
is.
house, it's gonna give me creepy
I hate
crawlies.
those things.
Yeah,
Look,
so I like to keep them oiled up.
Well, and that's one of the really good deals at Costco and Sam's is that front
Yeah.
line. You can get it for like the best one they have for like $30. It's just something really affordable.
It's like the price of the cheap stuff at somewhere else. You can get the name brand there, pretty much.
Exactly. That's what. Yeah. But and like some of the pills and stuff, because I had Frosty on one. There was like a pill.
I don't like the pills because you gotta hide it to get them to eat it sometimes, and
Oh, this dog, you put a piece of bread, you put a piece of cheese. All you have to do with this dog is make this motion. Like, make sure he's looking, and you go like this, and he goes, and it's gonzo. It's gonzo, like a black hole. But, so, like, I've never had an issue with that, with him. I see the pill hiders and stuff, I'm like, I'm glad I don't have to buy those. But,
I would always just use peanut butter
The
or
problem pills, yeah, peanut butter masks the shit out of it.
yeah.
The problem with the pills is not every dog can take them without side effects. You know, he was lucky enough to not have them, but the pill's interesting because
I
it
wonder if the
doesn't
side
kill
effects
the tick and the fleas immediately. When they bite them, it makes them sterile or something, and then they can like this was fleas, I think, and then the fleas can't reproduce.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
But yeah,
I wonder
there's
if
a lot of weird stuff out there. There's a lot of scare tactics too. Like he had to be on allergy meds in Florida, but when we moved up here, he's fine. But in Florida, the allergy meds, like I'm trying to research it, but there's just like utter like I put it in quotes because it's like horror stories, but it's like, well, there's also equal awesome stories of it doing
yeah.
well. So it's just like I don't know, and he didn't end up having any issues, and it fixed his problem because he used to have like red paws and just constantly lick like 24/7. And then we moved up here, and I don't know. I don't know if it's a little less humid, just a degree, but average, but
Probably a lot drier in the wintertime at least.
well, that for sure. That for
Yeah.
sure. So
I wonder if there was a side effect to the pill, and that's just it gives them a bunch of gas.
oh, that's been years. That's been years. I don't believe so because he's a fucking bulldog. He's old. Yeah, bulldogs are notorious for farting and burping and snorting.
Yeah.
But
Oh my god, I don't know. I've had a louder dog than my dog Quibbly. I'll tell you what, a pug is the noisiest
I
freaking
think
dog.
pugs are just the loudest breathers too.
Yeah, dude. He gets all excited. I'm afraid he's gonna pass out one of these times because he won't.
I absolutely love busting in on them. So what I'll do is I'll pull up. Luckily I got the hybrid, so it's kind of quiet. And I don't slam my door because it's Boris I gotta worry about. He'll hang out on the couch. And I'll just quietly get up there, put my key in, and I'll bust in. I go, "What up, boy?" And Boris immediately, Boris is the bigger one. He immediately comes to you, but you got Quibbly in the background. There's hype man. And he's running back and forth going, and just making noises. And you're just like, this is awesome. And then you send him outside.
He doesn't come right up to you.
Yeah, he always hangs around the back.
Yep. In the back, yep. He's cute. So is Boris, though.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, they're both something, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He is for Detroit, Dab, or is it?
Guys, did we already talk about that event? Oh yeah, Brother was telling us about that.
Yeah.
I'm still suspicious. It sounds like somebody narked. That's what that sounds like to me.
That's what I think. I think somebody didn't like somebody coordinating or something,
Somebody bending or some drama.
Yeah, it's unfortunately usually what it ends up being.
I'm still waiting to see more events come out of Ann Arbor. Why?
I don't understand that.
I know it's like
way closer. There's a good fish store.
Maybe we're not in the know.
Yeah.
Maybe we're not in the know, but if anybody's living in Ann Arbor area and you know of cannabis events, let us know about it. I want to support the jurisdictions that do things like decriminalize and put things on the lowest priority and not have to worry about things like that, like the city inspectors coming in and throwing their weight around and fire marshals.
Well, I wonder if it's like hard to get a permit for that stuff in Ann Arbor or something.
I don't know.
Never know. I'd like it to be there because it's closer to me.
Yeah, me too.
Well, it's like Friday night. There was like a legal market party or something at the same place one of the ZA Olympics was at. So I don't want to go to the middle of Detroit.
And that's
on a Friday night at 6 o'clock. I'm too old for that.
Too old for that.
And then I got to drive home. I got to drive home at what? At what time?
Oh my god! You old fart.
We got to. Oh.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, I don't know how long this audio is going to hold for, but You can see a little, like maybe a little tiny, like fox tailing, if you will, on this, right? That's what I'm trying to say. They're like getting wide, but they're not
Yeah.
really filling out yet. So there's a
Damn it.
just
God damn it.
Oh, here we go.
They're huge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like the shape of them though.
Yeah.
I know he doesn't like they're filling out, but maybe if that was the natural shape, that'd be sweet. Look at the sugar
Nice.
leaves on that.
yeah. I mean, props to Ohm's law, Ohm's
Yeah.
seeds.
I saw ohm seeds, like the resistance for electricity.
So that's it's only 6 plants. Doesn't even really fill out to where the light is, you know. I could have definitely went with 8. I just only had 6. And then behind it is the garlic punch.
Oh,
Damn.
nice. Very nice.
Yep.
That's definitely filling in its spot.
Yeah.
That's obviously lower. Let's try to get up to one of these. Oh, boys.
Nice. Starting to
I'm,
get
yeah, a little more fade up there than I want, but it's because it's so close to the light. You know, not maybe a little
Yeah.
fade up there too, but not so much. Like a little bit lower here in the center. And then obviously down here, it's like, you know, just looks normal or whatever. But I'd like to. I mean, it's nice and frosty, but it's not filled out at all. So we've still got quite a bit of time on this. This is probably like 4. That's why I'm a little worried about this fading. I'm probably gonna have to contrast it a little bit. Other than that, we just have the leftover lime skunk root balls we're gonna transplant into, and then these are just the next batch of Clementine. Just did some super cropping.
nice.
Nice.
That's it. Electric heat, what's up? All right, I'll see you guys shortly.
Oh jeez.
Did he say electric heat? That's what's up.
That's what I think. That's what I was gonna ask you. I said electric heat. I gotta use some right now, just till I get the mini split switched around. But,
Those things work good though. I like those. The radiator.
We've got one upstairs. We
yeah.
I got one in my flower room. I got to heat it and the light off when the lights are off sometimes.
Where's for going?
How could I? I obviously got to show that.
There you go.
nice.
7962. 1,000 ppm. You're in there breathing hard.
You know it. I mean, I think you would be too if you saw these in person.
Oh. I gotta get me a GML controller so I can fuck around with my board. Now I gotta change my camera. That's messing with me. This thing keeps going out of focus. Must be the smoke in the room.
Huh.
There.
I gotta get my puppy chow.
Yeah, you didn't bring it down. What are you talking? You brought all the other stuff, but not the puppy show.
What?
Can we
It
make
was a
some-
big bag and I had a big box. I had to
No.
choose.
You get what? Make it?
No, I still got a plant and a half to take down. I ain't making puppy chow.
Oh, that's fucked up. Well, hold on, Nuttree. Why are your hands painted on? That's what my parents would say. Are
I
your
just
hands
told him,
painted
I just
on?
told him he can make whatever he wants. He's like, no, I want you to make it.
Were your hands painted on? That's hilarious. I've never heard that.
Oh yeah, like if somebody says something and
That's
they're doing
so good.
nothing, you say,
Yeah.
"Are your legs painted on?"
Oh, I like it.
Are
That's
they
hilarious.
painted on? Yeah, dude. I used to. It took me, and I was a kid, so it's like you never really get it until you get it, and then you're just like, "That's really fucking insulting." Like, you don't say that, but you're just like, "Golly, okay, I'll get it myself." Yeah, but I've used that at work, and I think it's flown by some people. Like they just totally didn't get it, just like. But
That's fucking hilarious.
yeah,
I would have stopped and asked you to explain yourself. Like, clean it up. What are you fucking talking about?
I think I said it once to the whippersnippers, and nobody asked me what it meant or anything. And I
Well,
did,
shit,
they
they
just
probably
kept going.
know. That's
Actually,
their
I would have thought
generation.
those ladies would have got it.
Well, yeah, maybe they did, but
They were all my age.
yeah, yep. Oh, yeah, we had a late harvest last week. Took the whole day.
It's still probably a good harvest as far as weight wise, then.
Oh, we're thinking more than 4 light.
Oh, you guys gonna smash the
Again,
4
that's again with different strains, so that's
There you
cool.
That's good.
And
Was that your room?
Technically, yeah, it was my room. But so that's pretty cool.
We might want to supervise the trimming. Be like, wait a minute, don't be taking so much off.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even bother looking at the trimming. I leave that to everyone else.
Yeah, I always try to ignore that myself.
Yeah.
I tried to do as least amount of that as I could.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Luckily, we haven't in a while since we got that new company, but
You guys switched again, huh?
I don't know. Well, we switched after you left, I think. When you were there, we had that chick was running it.
The one when I was there, it was called. Let me
What was
see,
her
because they
name?
switched
She had
at
a
first.
Russian name.
Yeah, the first one was the lovely ladies who trim, but then they got switched to the crop chop babes.
Crop chop.
Was that not
There
Yolanda? What was her name?
I don't remember the person's name, but I remember she had red hair, like it was short red
And
hair.
glasses.
Yeah, and
Okay.
she hated men.
She
like,
was ornery. She was ornery.
yeah, she always talks shit.
All right,
on
we used to
guys
joke
all the
about.
time.
Okay, all right. So
Yeah.
yeah, this is the one right after that.
Okay.
So it's Miss C works for them or manages them or something. I don't know their name, unfortunately.
I can't remember their name either.
I never can. They don't have like T-shirts on or anything. They have suits on.
It's
But
terrible because I just recently
yeah.
talked to her about all that, about them and that. So I can't remember the name either.
Yeah. But yeah. They do a pretty good job. They did that one, the last 4 pound of light one in one day still.
Oh,
They didn't have to come back for a second day, which is pretty fast.
That's good,
Can
though.
you do me a favor and send that info over to our friends at Armistice?
Yeah.
I mean, he would appreciate that.
Yeah, I'll do that tomorrow. I have to ask Steve what their instant stuff is.
Gotcha.
But yeah, they'd probably love the business. They go all
it's
over.
not that far.
So,
It's pretty close between the two.
yeah, I'm sure they have some places in Lansing. So, but yeah, they get the work done.
Yeah, they go all over too, and they've got like 2 different teams too. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They really expanded. Like they get what you need. When you're like, we have this much, they bring enough people. There's
yeah,
no,
Miss C was
the last
just up
people
in
we had some
Calhoun not
issues
too
with
long
that.
ago, up where we were living. So that was
Yeah.
just a week or so ago. So yeah, they get around.
Yep.
Good
Yeah.
for them.
Yep.
Getting it done.
We must do good work.
Yeah. The trim always looks pretty good.
Yep. Good job.
Can't ask for more than that then.
I mean, speed is nice, but you know,
Yeah, but if they got it all done in a day, damn.
yeah, that's
smoking
that's
it.
speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, only the quality with them. That's the thing. That's what I mean. It's not really ever a question of quality. It's a matter of are they gonna have to be here a day or two. There's been smaller weight harvests. They have had to take a day and a half, which it is what it is. Nobody ever gets
Depending on the strain.
It's just we
if I-
notice it. We take it in as a metric. It's like,
Do they get paid on weight? I assume.
I don't know.
Okay.
I know that's always the negotiating point between these people and my boss is how it goes. Because depending on how you get paid as a trimmer can be a big difference.
Well, and I know like some shops expect the trim crew to show up with all their own scissors and bins and whatever else they need. Some places want to provide all that for you, and it's just like
They bring all their own scissors and stuff, but we keep the trim bins. Their baskets, they like these baskets, so they left them here. But then we get all the PPE, you know, gloves to suits to hats to boots. But yeah, they do bring their own scissors though. So, but I think if I were a trimmer, I'd be bringing my own scissors anyways. Like I
Yeah,
have my
I
special
think you
pair.
want to.
Yeah, Chicas or die. That's a shirt. But
What about? Yeah, that's a stretch. I was like, what about IPM? Would you be worried about them bringing in something on their scissors that somehow could make their way into the grow?
that's a good. Yeah, I mean, you could be, but I mean, at that point, 2 weeks dried stuff. I don't know if anything.
They wouldn't
could
make it
be.
back to the grow, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they
the
never
idea.
pass a certain line. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Right.
if we had our reconstruction option, we would have it so the trimmers come in this way and lead. There would be no cross traffic. Period. They'd have their own entrance exit type thing.
hmm
But still, they don't cross a certain line where the grows are. So yeah. Oh, they finally took away that shed out back. Remember the
What?
rinkety ding? We got a new
Yeah.
one. We got a nice new one. It's got a metal
Oh,
roof and it's a red barn looking one. It's wood on the inside.
you
And
can get a lot
I'm
more in there.
keeping it organized. Yeah, you can fit a lot more.
So,
Yeah.
are they coming less, or are they still coming the same amount?
I think they're coming about the same amount. Maybe
Okay.
more. They're coming more probably now because the CRA was real big on like logs. So then we were like, all right, we gotta make sure they come and they're mixing it, They have to mix it. So
Oh, they
now
got.
that's why I keep the leaves on this side. I keep the dried sticks and stuff on this side because they mix it differently with the cocoa. So I guess they bring a giant tree chipper.
Yeah, I've seen them do it.
I hear them out there, but
Yeah.
yep. So that's a little update. We got a nice little barn out there. Oh, and we got a brand new picnic table.
How
Brand
bad?
new.
It's
Now
got
we
an
have
umbrella.
2 picnic tables. We went from 0 to 2 in 1 year.
Are they
Wow.
both out back?
No,
Where are
but
these
it's yeah. This one now they just put in the parking lot for now. He dropped it off,
Oh.
but it's one of those like real deal like $1,000 Uline metal where the seats are connected to the table and it's a
Okay.
four person. So there's a hole in the middle. You could potentially put an umbrella, but
Dope.
yeah, I don't know where we're gonna put it because
Put it
yeah.
40 feet away from the building.
Well, yeah, nobody really hangs out anymore because everybody's all serious.
Oh, what's this?
Yeah.
So I have an update. We've been playing Pathfinder now 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
And just an update for everyone. My
Oh,
role in this whole party, I've already said this before, not here though. My whole role in this party is to be a healer. Like my character heals the group. And I just so happen to also, just on a whim, be the one to destroy a big boss ass fucking monster.
did you kill it?
Yeah, I had the killing blow. I didn't do
I
all
don't
of
think
the
you
damage.
did.
I didn't do all the damage, but
I
I
thought
killed
Troy
it.
had the killing blow.
No, I'm pretty sure it was.
Oh no, yeah,
there
he
it
never
is.
even got up. Yeah, Troy's
Yeah.
character never even got close. You're right.
Yeah.
So it would have had to been you or Emily.
I killed the first one. And
Yeah, he
then
killed a rat. He smashed
He
the very
stomped on it.
first
He stomped
monster
on
of
the
the
rat.
adventure. Smashed
Yeah.
it to pieces.
that was simple.
But
One hit.
it gets a lot harder and
What spell did you cast, Spartan?
Also, there's
No.
only 3 of us, and this is an adventure for 4, and we're just pretty much walking through it, aren't we, Troy? We're just smashing through it. It's no big deal.
You keep up that talk.
Yeah.
I don't
Never
think
was
he
that
used.
Tim
Did you
Cushman.
use it? Oh, he used needle darts.
Needle darts, yeah.
These needle darts.
So
on his
needle
ass.
darts is a spell where you take some sort of metal you have around you, and you form a bunch of darts, and then you fly them at them. It's a high damage spell, but it's a high damage spell for their level. But
Just a
and
cantrip.
any
Not even
roll
a
good.
spell.
Oh, this is an update, guys. I forgot to turn on critical fails and success cards. They're in the game for free. You know the
dope.
cards I bought that we have in physical
Yeah.
form? They have them in the game. So like my one
For
game I was
free?
playing, we were playing with them, and it was awesome. It was like
Man,
double
they're making it
damage
so
or
they're making it
this.
so nobody's gonna buy any books, man.
Well,
That's
that
awesome.
I put all my shit on the shelf the other day because I'm like, well, I think I'm just gonna buy digital from now on because it's way easier. It's just easier. Yeah.
That's dope.
But for Grawley, we're gonna get you in on one of these adventures one day.
Yeah, we'll
Good
get
luck.
It's not that hard.
He's got the beard. I think he's got a barbarian look to him.
When
Barbarian or actually paladin.
we could grab the Rick and Morty adventure.
No, he's like fuck paladin.
No, I'd rather be a Viking or something like that. If I'm
Yeah.
not some sort of healer like Spartan,
Oh,
that's always
okay.
my MMO preference.
True.
There you
There you
go.
go. So you want DPS then?
Woo! Look at that.
Nice. What's that? Chem cookies?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you're
That's
gonna
pretty.
pluck all those leaves off,
I'm not gonna pluck them. I'm gonna cut them.
or cut them off, and
Yeah.
then
Not all of
take the
them,
nugs off and bag them.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I'll buck them.
That's
and
pretty
then
much exactly what we do. We just
So
don't
I'm
cut.
gonna buck this like even all the way. Like each nug, I will
Blow her
buck.
up, blow her up.
I will,
Oh yeah. You kind of shape it,
Make her screen big, big.
Take it.
or like
Could
a wood trim.
I'm gonna
It
like.
breaks it down.
So I'm like gonna literally like take this whole last bud off here once all by itself, and then I'm gonna piece it out even more than that. I'm not just
Yeah.
gonna chuck this into the bag.
Yeah.
So each one of these get pieced out even further to where it's just like a little bit up at the top. I try not to keep them too tight, but yeah. But yeah, I'll cut all this off. You know, mostly these ones will go. I keep some sugar on there, just up close, tight, because you know the
But like,
sugar.
but,
You know,
but when you saying cut, you're not like getting under the stem to cut the stem. You're talking about cutting them like wet trimming.
Yep.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
she's talking about breaking the buds right down.
Yeah, breaking those
then-
nodes,
but
then I'm
each
gonna
golf
take
ball down
each
to like
bud,
3
but
nodes.
yes, each golf ball nug I'm gonna take and break it down with my scissors.
Yeah.
Tara, do you have a bag that you've
Yeah.
already done? Just bring the bag that you've already done. Show
In
'em.
the freezer.
It's in the freezer.
Oh,
I
it's in
don't
the
leave it
freezer,
sitting
never mind.
out. Yeah, I just
I go get it.
no, it's
Freezer.
frozen.
Well,
Yeah,
just
I
do that
didn't-
one.
I don't
Just
leave
do
it
that
sitting
one.
out.
Let's go
Yeah, I
that
can
one
do it.
and
Hold
come
on,
back.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, grab the trim bit or something.
Bring it over here.
I'm gonna go get my puppy chow.
You want the trim band and do it over here?
Troy, you just sitting there directing traffic? Is that what you're doing?
So I got
Oh,
this star. There's a Mario Brothers star up here. If you can't tell,
can't see
Oh,
it's a
nice.
Mario. Yeah.
That was a perfect imitation.
Perfect.
I thought it
Yeah.
was bad.
Well, you're not my friend anymore, so that's okay.
Oh, newsflash.
All right. This looks like there's not a lot of powdered sugar. I'm gonna have to tell my mom that.
Well,
But
maybe maybe
I
it's a
should
trick.
eat it first. Well, I can also tell she might. Sometimes she tries to trick you, and she'll put regular checks, not rice checks. The other corn checks. Corn checks are not meant for puppy chow.
Yeah, you're right. It's
I
gotta be.
trimmed off all the sugar, all the big leaves, and this is how I'll start, you know, nugging it off now.
Yeah, breaking the
And then I'll
nugs
just
off.
actually take and
Hold it up higher. You gotta hold it up. Oh, there you go.
I'll take it and clip it, and then I'll start at the bottom, almost like you're looking for foxtails, and I will branch each piece out. Get off with your fingers.
Where's your gloves at, Troy?
Exactly. So, but yeah, I'll just take it and I just stick my scissors in there and just piece it, you know, each piece out till I get to be about right. And I also don't leave any of that stem. I get rid of that stem as I'm going. I don't leave that
Yeah.
in the bag. There's no need to process that, you know, that kind of thing. So I'll get it to it's about, I took 2 pieces off of it. And so I'm about this size now.
Okay.
So, and then I'll just go to my next guy, and depending on how big he is, you know, depends on how much I'll go ahead and buck him down. But usually I end up taking another additional, like 1, 2 I took right now, and then I cut the stem and check to see how big it is. And I'm back here again to about yay size.
Okay.
So, which is about, here's my finger. I'd say it's like a tip of my
Just
finger
a tip.
size. Yep.
It's like an.
So, and then I've been doing about 300 gram bags. I don't like to stuff them too full. So I did 300 and then I kind of shake it out and pat it down a little bit and make sure it's nice and flat.
Try to get all the air out.
Yep.
We don't
Cool.
vacuum seal it though.
Yeah, we don't have a vacuum sealer yet.
I don't think you really want to vacuum seal it anyways. You just want to.
I mean, you don't have to just
Slightly.
because it's not like I'm doing.
Yeah,
this.
you definitely don't want to compress. You know, for hash making, I assume
Yeah,
you don't want
it's-
to compress them, right?
I mean,
Well-
okay. So another thing, when you were
My
saying
rosin guy had no
you
problem.
like clip your branches off and make a pile yourself when you're doing it for goalie. I don't so much do a pile myself. I do a branch at a time just because I really don't want to squish my buds. I don't know what kind of difference it makes for you or anything, but I don't want my buds to get all compressed. But even if I would like do a few, branches at a time, I'm constantly rotating them just because I don't want them to get all flat and pucky, and I don't know. It probably doesn't mean anything, but it's just something I do. One of those little Terra-isms.
I appreciate you breaking that down for us. It's nice to kind of not only see it happen live, but really to give people a perspective of like how much you might actually break them down. Because
Oh, I'm trying to take that down as far as I possibly can, just to make sure that it's going to get the water and the ice is penetrating it, and like this this go around is super duper like golf. I mean, they're just tight as can be.
Yeah.
So, and it wasn't that the last round, so I'm really curious to see how well this one does because the last one did so good. I'm expecting it to do well again, so we'll see.
That sounds
No,
like
that-
Blue 16. I
that,
love
like,
those tight golf
That Blue
balls.
16 smelled so good, man.
You have Blue 16?
No, you do. I smelled
Oh.
it. When I was there. Were you silly butt?
No, you came to work.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's why. I
Yeah.
was going to say, I don't have it at the house even. They won't even let me get it. I'm
Yeah.
annoyed about it. But
Oh, good. That was-
were we talking about on the show last night? Yeah, Blue 16 won't sell because it's named Blue 16. And they won't even look at it, don't open the bag or anything because they
Does it
think
mean
16
something?
is the
16
percentage.
THC percentage. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
they
did
think
talk about
it's
this,
the
I think.
percentage.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which is crazy because I love
That's
that
really-
strain's awesome. Taste,
smells really
looks, and gets you high. And it hashes. I've had some hash from the guy that found it.
Maybe
I
maybe
always
call
annoy him. I'm like, when are you gonna have more? And he never
say
does.
Blue Sweet 16 or something. Maybe change it like that.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
well, that one license, that was one of the reasons that permaban happened, was because they were changing names of strains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, well, that was a couple of them have done that, but you're not like legally allowed to do that in the commercial market, and it's definitely like ethically questionable in any market.
yeah.
Because
I'm
it's
sure it happens.
it happens a lot. It happens a lot. I don't know how much.
Oh,
now
yeah.
that things are being tracked as much, but my question is, where did that come from? Did you guys did you pheno hunt that? I assume
Hmm.
Blue 16.
Blue 16.
No, it's from a caregiver friend or something like that.
Okay, so it's actually just called
Yeah,
Blue
so-
16.
So yeah, he would. Yeah. Well, yeah, but So it's from Grand Flora. They did Project 4516 if you've heard of that, and then so it's Bluetooth took cookies times Project 4516, I think. But Blue 16, I think it's somewhere out there. I found it when they told me, and you just couldn't find seeds anymore. Then they did a redrop of it once they realized how good it was. Yeah, so Project 4510 times 4516.
Jeez.
But the unknown strain is 2 took blue cookies times that. So it's just a bunch of like unknown crap, which I don't really like, but I don't really
The
care
blue
at this point
cookies
because
would
it's
probably
delicious.
sell better than any of it.
Well, yeah, exactly. But
you know.
whoops. Oh. I just popped it up. Cheers, Dr. Leblon. But,
I'm wondering at what point, like, I guess you could change the name, bringing it into the commercial market, like when you got it from.
That's
that
when,
kid.
yeah, I think whenever you bring it in the facility or pop the seed, because you can put seeds in there. That's when you put the name in, I guess. Well, we've never had them like check names or anything. You just check names to tags. So like as long as that tag is registered to what it is in the computer under that name, you're good. But yeah, I've never seen them like check like is that this or that's the thing. It's all ethics, I think, at this point. And there's not a lot in the legal industry. I'll tell you that. Like
It's
they'll
so
change.
unfortunate.
Unfortunately, I would. Yeah, the names
I
out
actually
there.
I had
They'll
that
just change
discussion
them.
earlier today with someone. I was just like, it's just kind of shameful. You know what I mean? Like how bad some of these players are, and it's like it's so unfortunate that they're still existing, because they can just kind of like pay to survive to some extent, or at least for now.
Well, but here's the thing: how far do you go back with the name? Like for me personally, I would love to see on the package, you know, Blue Cookies times Project 4516. That's the name of the strain, you know. But that's my personal preference. So it's like, where do you draw a line
I mean,
with
here's where I draw
ethics?
the line. My ethics, and it's like I guess matters for me. But
Obviously, it comes later that you change the strain name. But I'm just saying, I wouldn't even get to these names that don't mean anything. You know what I mean?
for sure,
Who's
yeah,
blues blob? You
04126.
know, what is Sherb cream pie? What does that mean? What does that taste like? That doesn't make any sense, any relevance to the plant. But that's what I mean. Like I like lineage, but I'm a grower,
Mhm.
and that doesn't sell. You go tell your dad, well, my dad or somebody, yeah, I'll send you some this, and say the name of the strain lineage, and they're just like, oh, okay. But if you send them like, I'm sending you blow pop Magoo, they're like, oh, sweet. It's weird. It's like we were talking about the gummies. It's a fun thing for a lot of people, for a lot of the consumers out there.
It's definitely in the
It's
marketing. That's why we've seen a lot of it as we've seen
yeah,
like the hybridization of everything. But I did want to share, like, in terms of my ethics regarding like when I would name something. Even like we've all seen like
yeah,
the names of crosses or combos I've done as an extract, right? Like lemon punch or something like that. It's like garlic punch and clementine mixed together, right? And it's like I'm very clear about that. I've never changed the name of my strains, but the recent strain, that actually the one that I just showed you guys, you can go back and watch this show where we've talked about it a few times over the last year plus. And when it got sent to me, as lime, was it Limelight Fantasy times Cushman's?
oh yeah,
I don't know if there's a number on it, but crossed with Cushman's.
yeah. I
That
think
was it.
there's
There was no name for it. And so I'm thinking like, well, my kind of standard of naming, it's like, what do we call it? Like lime mints, you know what I mean? Like, I guess we'll see what the flavor comes out like. We'll just kind of go from there, And then we talked about it on the show. I posted on Instagram, and Ohms reached out to me in DM, and he's like, hey, I actually named that Grape Fun Dip. I'm like, boom, don't need to worry about it. It's
yeah,
all Grape Fun Dip. He's the breeder. He's the one that sent it to me. It didn't matter if he didn't have a name for it at the time. He's got a name for it now, and that's the cross. That's the name, guys. Grape Fun Dip. So I don't know. I just leave it up to the breeder, but I respect the lineage. I think the lineage stuff is important. It's nice to be able to see that, that's what seedfinder.eu or whatever. Like, I couldn't tell you how many times I've been on that website.
I think that's where I would put the line too, is the breeder, whoever the breeder goes with, so that it's
Yeah.
traceable in history.
Yes.
You can go back. Oh yeah, that's what I grew, and it came from this, whatever they call it. But without that, it's just chaos as far as I don't know how to say, like, history tracking.
I think
The
it's just like
science, all that. Like data.
I think it's just important for brands to claim whatever it is. I'm fine with them changing the name as long as they're going to keep it that, and so that if
That yeah.
that product is something that somebody likes and that they believe in, they think is great, and they're going to name it, I'm okay with that, so that the customer can find that again and again and again and again and again if they find that that's the one that they like. but it's when they just change it every other week, or or multiple times. I'm having issues with
I
whether.
don't know if I've seen examples of that multiple times, but I'll give you an example close to my heart. Before I ever met Clementine, I grew a very similar Tangy-esque strain from, I think, the same breeder, actually. So it was just an earlier version of it, I would say. Originally, it was called Kosher Kush, and it was Tangy crossed with no, maybe it was Tangy crossed with Kosher Kush, and it was called something. I don't know, whatever it was called. I think it was Kosher Kush, but I grew that pack out. Was one of my favorite strains for a couple of years early on in my growing career, and then they rebred the strain because they rebred it with a different cut of the same strain. So like the mother was the same, but the father swapped out, kind of thing. So they renamed it, and that's where 24 karat gold came from. But I like the other name first, like, better. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh, why do we change the name? 24 karat gold is kind of weird. It's like it's too many syllables. Like, I'm gonna look this up because I don't know.
Well, I guess that's where you get into it, where it's like, if you had a bunch of seeds or product, I guess, and it's not selling specifically because of the name, would you name change it? Which I wouldn't, but I'm not in a position where I
I
would
don't
take
know,
a
like
loss
in Blue
that would
16, you
affect
would.
me.
So we'll take the example of Mint and Candy Cone Blue 16. You would cut that strain off your rotation rather than try to repackage and sell as a different strain name, because you love that strain so much you wouldn't want to get that out to people under a different name just so they can enjoy it.
That's a good point too, but I'm saying you have 100 pounds of product, and your family needs to eat.
Yeah,
AKA, you gotta
yeah.
pay bills, and nobody wants that 100 pounds. But you had to pay the light bill for that. You had to pay all that. That's where it gets tricky. So it's like, because the consumer's uneducated, if you were to simply change the name or number or something, not THC number, but like on the name, it would sell. It's tricky there, the ethics, but
So it is,
and that's what sucks. That's what I say. The best thing we can do is educate consumers of all
yeah,
types.
I agree.
It start with the consumer, and you kind of go backwards fighting the corporate, because you got, that's all we got. I watched Dude Grows for a while. Everybody has, a lot of people have, but I loved his vote with your dollar. That's kind of all we got left. So if we can teach the consumer, who's the dollar, what they should and should be buying for what they need,
Because they're
instead
voting right
of
now.
looking
They're
at.
just not voting the same way we would vote.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah.
So a couple of people in chat have already said it. It was Kosher Kush crossed with Tangy, DNA Genetics, Crockett Family Farms. They
Okay.
originally called it Kosher Tangy, and then when they redid it, it was 24 karat gold. I
Oh,
grew
and
both of them.
24K got all famous.
Yeah, but Kosher
And
Tangy I
that's
thought was better.
interesting. Yeah, but you can see why, like, in a hypey world,
Yeah, for sure,
24K.
man.
And then
For
I
sure.
remember when Mephisto got hold of that. It was Mephisto or his like protege, Blue. What's his name?
Someone else mentioned Mephisto in
But he did. Yeah, he had a 24K auto line, or something crossed it, and I wanted it, but I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, 24 karat auto
Kosher
seeds, spelled with a C
Kush.
though, and actually spelled out carrot.
Oh, maybe it's totally different.
Yeah, it's sour boggle bog seeds crossed with breeding auto purple indica.
Yep.
Seed type F7
Baked, I think
feminized
you're
automatic.
thinking Night Owl seeds. Is that who you're thinking
Yeah,
of?
Night Owl is who I was thinking. That's his apprentice guy. I tried both of them. They're good autos. They're probably my best autos I've ever run. But I wouldn't do autos again. Unless I was in a different situation.
Yeah, growing a bunch of outdoors real quick for some material before you harvest your regulars at the end of October.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Man, if I had a greenhouse.
Right. How sweet would a 40 by 60 light that be?
I was just thinking about that.
You see, not Chase eyes light up, man. That's how a lot of us feel about that.
I really think a greenhouse in a place like Florida would do really well. You'd obviously have to be, more. I mean, you would. That's the thing. You wouldn't have to worry if the same you worry about humidity up here, you'd worry in Florida. You just have more year-round
I was gonna
growing.
say you'd run through more dehues, I guess, because those things would be running a lot more down there, or at least more like
That's
year
what I'm saying.
round,
The
right?
humidity. We've looked it up. I've looked it up when I moved here. It's like it's
You'd
similar
like to.
averages.
They hit similar averages.
Yeah. We're
Okay.
peninsulas. We're surrounded by water. So like people were like, "Oh, it's humid up here." And I was like, "Oh, I come from Florida." But it's the same humidity. It's certain
Mhm.
days. Certain days. I think there's more days down there you get that high heat humidity shit. But it's up here. So like
Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
It's
so
up
yeah,
here.
there'd probably be some more DU costs, but like in a greenhouse, you can set up DU to like be ventilating, through like
Yeah,
fresh air.
just burn
So
up.
a
But
lot of
then
fans. I don't know.
you do a lot better in Florida just because you're closer to the sun. You'd have to supplement light up here in Michigan.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, yeah, in the winter down there, is like it's sunny. You get days that are 60, 70 degrees, no problem, full sun. So a greenhouse would make use of that real well. So yeah, I've always thought that'd be a interesting. But their laws are going nowhere, I hear. So they are stalemating with a shitty medical system.
Go down to Kentucky and just grow in Kentucky.
Kentucky, Tennessee, that area is supposed to be good geographically
Yeah,
for
that's
cannabis.
I bet.
You get some valleys, the
Yeah.
old Kentucky Valley weed.
Tell you what, just last week I was looking through a property for GML, and it had a big ass greenhouse on it. I was like, oh, this is
Yeah,
nice. This is nice. Might be more than we need, but it sure is nice.
yeah.
You ever seen those greenhouses off of M23? Oh, what's the company? Is it? Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
No, I don't know what
M23, which one's
M23
that?
even
Yeah,
does
I
now.
got.
North of Ann Arbor, south of Flint. Yeah.
Then no.
No, yeah, I don't.
North of Ann Arbor, south of Flint. No. There's one if you're going west on 94. There's a huge greenhouse operation. Also, I found out if you're ever heading to the Tropicorium out in Romulus, on the way there, I don't know a road, but there's a place called Schwartz Nursery. They had like 15 to 20 giant greenhouses that I guess you could walk through and pick stuff out. Pretty cool looking, but I didn't stop. It was
Me and
a
Emily
couple
went to
weeks
a
ago.
similar place in Illinois. It was pretty awesome. Like all the
Yeah.
greenhouses in front of them had a plaque with a number on it, so you can remember what greenhouse you went through.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly this place too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. And I always thought I can't find it for whatever reason. Someone will find it. It's like maybe like
Because it
Fenton
never
area.
existed. It was a figment of your imagination.
But they there's a lot of them. There's like dozens and dozens of them, and I don't, they're not like light depth or anything like that, but they are. I thought for sure someone was going to buy it up and turn it into an outdoor cannabis, setup.
Yeah. Nope.
This
Not
place I
yet.
was looking at was an old cannabis setup, so so it was a fairly new building. That was cool. Plenty of power to it.
So, I got another RODI coming for the fish. So it's RO, but then there's deionization to get it to 0 ppm.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, because I think I got a lot of phosphates in this water. Like the 30 ppms after my RO unit, my Stealth Boy or whatever. I think it's
Yeah.
it's a lot of phosphates, but I have a little tester and I got high phosphates.
Okay.
I'm wondering if it's because of that. So I have a different one coming. So I'm gonna split it. I got a splitter coming. I'm gonna split the line, and one will go
So
to my
did you
grow.
test? So when you did you take water out of your RO tank, your RO float, where you got your float valve?
Oh,
Your
I
RO
didn't test it like that. No, good
test
idea.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
throw
that way
that
you
in
can
the.
tell?
I got a little. So it's funny. All my checkers, the best checkers in reefing are Hannah checkers, and they're these little egg-shaped things, and they're actually colors. They're color sensors. So you have a vial, and you put it in there, put it in there clear, shut it, and you have to make sure it's shut because you want it to be dark in there, and it scans the clear shit. Pop it open. You put the reagent powder in for whatever test you're doing, and it'll turn it a color, and then you put it in and scans that and tells you a number, but they're all Hannah, just which is interesting.
That's
And
cool.
Hannah's making a lot of money.
Oh, here she comes with there's her bag.
Okay,
Blow it up, blow
that's
it up.
300. That's 300 G's.
I'm almost to 300 G's.
Okay,
Just a little bit more to go.
all right.
So, but yeah, I got them all taken, pretty far down, all
Yeah,
trimmed up. Got all just left the sugar on, and off
yep.
to the freezer they go. And
What is
they-
it like? 500 grams, like pretty much stuffs that bag, right? Because like I've seen people
Yeah.
put like a pound in there, and it's like it's full, but it's not. You know,
Yeah,
it's
I
not
just
like.
don't like
Yeah.
to stuff it, so
Yeah.
I'd rather just keep it like it is.
I feel you.
I don't know. Dan didn't tell me it was wrong, so we're going.
This
When I
using
get told
freezer
it's wrong
bag.
is when I change.
Well, last time we used
Oh, and we used turkey bags
turkey
last time.
bags last time, so this time we're using a better
Yeah,
freezer
but we
bag.
never planned on it being in the freezer.
Yeah,
that long.
we don't plan on keeping it in the freezer too long. Either.
Nope.
Yeah,
This will be New Year stuff.
nice. Bring it to the. Maybe it'll be ready for the fledge on the 30th.
I mean, I have some now from our last ones. I have stuff for us.
Oh
for-
yeah.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
but this will be the newest batch coming. But yes, I got stuff for us.
I'm excited if you separate this batch out even more.
Yeah, I did.
So that'll
Yeah,
be
I'm
sweet.
excited. Just to see if there is a difference between them or how
Well,
much.
you'll get numbers. You'll get
Yep.
straight up flavor.
Yep.
It'll be cool.
I got a chance to try some of that pink Death Bubba, Tara. That was good
Yeah, I
stuff.
gave him some.
Good.
Got it for baked. Yeah.
I'm curious to see how that. I've got some in the freezer to do a test wash on it. It's super duper frosty too. I don't know, but it smells so good. I love the smell.
I think that one will, even regardless if it didn't wash good, like percentage total, it'd be a high terp percentage.
Yeah, it's very terpy.
It's
That's just
super
terpy as, like,
flavorful.
sugar
like,
cone.
yeah.
The sugar cone's
I
very
see
terpy.
Fagoli's eyes.
Licking my chops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one. Yeah, you'll have to smoke that
It's
Fagoli
just
because
not a big.
that's.
It's not a big yielder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty
mean,
though. It's pretty.
okay.
It smells good. It smokes clean. It gets me high.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
That's the big thing. Yeah.
I think if you let
But
it
then,
veg
yeah.
longer, it might yield better. The one.
Well, I
that-
mean, that's just
We veg it
everything.
plenty long.
Does a
But-
veg slow like Mac 1 though?
slow. It's real slow.
It's slow.
Yeah. So
Definitely.
you have to really give it that extra
It's,
time.
it's my smallest
We-
one out of everything we have.
we had two different size ones in the tent, and the
It's not
bigger
much
one
different.
definitely.
Maybe like 4 inches difference is about the only difference. So
Yeah.
same shape is the
Yeah.
same and stuff.
But
But
still, but what was the weight difference in that though? It
I
was
don't know.
you ever wrote down, didn't you? Or no? Oh, yes.
No.
Well,
Seemed like it was a big difference.
Haven't gotten one of them scales yet to start hanging whole plant numbers.
yeah,
You could
yeah.
say
Working.
there was only 2 hangers on the one plant, and there was like 4 hangers on the other plant. I believe is what it was.
Oh, I see. So yeah, you can kind of judge it.
Well, maybe that's the trick, just veg it a little bit longer, try to get that extra
Yeah.
yield out of it.
These ladies behind us have been vegging forever. I'm surprised they haven't said fuck y'all and just said done. I think
Yeah, how long?
I've topped them 3 times.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sometimes they're just like, dude,
Damn.
come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get
pushing my
rebound
luck
over
with-
here.
I'm pushing my luck with a few of them.
Yeah. How long do you think I vegged those garlic punch for?
I don't know how long.
I don't remember.
All right.
Well,
It
Well,
looks like a long time though.
Cheers, yeah, everybody. Thanks
Yeah,
for watching.
so I don't think we'll have a show next week, but so we'll probably see everybody in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Okay.
no variables either this
Holiday.
week.
Yep.
Merry Christmas.
And-
Happy
yep.
New Year coming.
See you guys later.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.